I'd love to invite you all to take 2 deep breaths together right now. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Let's do one more inhale and exhale. Just be grateful for your breath today. It's our most basic human need, and it's our connection to life. Are these changing? Oh, here we go. So that first breath is thanks to our land plants, our rainforests and our trees, our grasses, our leaves. And that second breath is thanks to our oceans, our phytoplankton and our kelp. Our oceans produce over half of the oxygen we breathe, and our coral reefs are the rainforests of the sea. They support 25% of all marine life, and they support 1 billion people worldwide with food and livelihood. In the last 30 years, we've lost half of our reefs, and we're estimated to lose 90% by 2050. And yet, scientists have found that because of the rapid recovery rates of marine ecosystems, we can actually rebuild marine life by 2050 with the right interventions. There have been amazing breakthroughs in coral science, and we can actually grow coral up to 50 times faster on land. Marine protection can restore fish populations while creating local food security. And by working with fishermen to grow mangroves, we can create stable livelihood, sequester carbon, create natural fish habitats, and filter and cool water. Mangroves actually sequester 4 times more carbon than our rainforests. And by bringing conservation into the ecotourism and education space, we can uplift communities, economies, and our ecosystems. There are 50 reefs identified by the Ocean Agency as an optimum portfolio of reefs to conserve. And if restored, these reefs could reseed neighboring regions over time. So at Global Coralition, we're using art as a catalyst to activate communities, build local partnerships, and bring these key solutions to the ground. Art is a powerful catalyst. Art creates a visceral experience, and it invites you in. Art transcends time and space, it transcends language and borders, and it communicates beyond the rational mind. The ancient Greeks spoke of it as the spiritual world permeating into human affairs. To be kissed by the muse, or to have inspiration strike, is a window into the realms of infinite potential. In the climate crisis, I believe this is what we need. We have the science, we know the facts, and what we need to do is unlock our human potential. Unlock our collective imagination of what is possible and what we are capable of, and that we can live in harmony and we can thrive as a human civilization on planet Earth. When I was 10, my dad took me to dive on the Great Barrier Reef, and 10 years later, I fell in love with my first reef in Thailand. I witnessed it die within about 2 years, and that changed the course of my life. My father, he grew up in China during the Cultural Revolution, and in middle school he was sent to become a rice farmer. He later became a biochemist and a painter, and in 2018 his work won a Nobel Prize. His work has been used by coral scientists around the world to study how corals can become more resilient to our changing pH levels and changing ocean temperatures. When we unite art and science, we unite the heart and the mind. And so we launch every project with a sculpture that we deploy into the ocean to become a coral reef. Our current Thank you. Our current project is in the Dominican Republic, and we launched it in early 2020 and started it by visiting schools. We shared the intention of our project, and the kids were so engaged and inspired, and they asked questions like, where did the very first coral come from, and what will happen if we lose them? We learned about the 4,000 years of indigenous history on the island before colonization arrived, and we learned that there's less than 10% living tissue left on the island today. One of the schools inspired created a play, and one of the women embodied the voice of Anakaona, who's an indigenous chief. She spoke to Atabe, the mother of the waters, and asked her why our reefs were dying and what they could do. Atabe, she rules over the rain, the rivers, fresh water, fertility, the moon, and she gives birth to the sea, and she became the inspiration of our sculpture. We were guided by indigenous elders and leaders and the community to bring this project to life, and Atabe went viral across the island. She became a cultural phenomenon, and she catalyzed partnerships for us with local ecologists, divers, surfers, youth, and local officials. In the last 2 years, our local partners have marine protected Sosua Bay and launched a local project with the fishermen growing mangroves. We've been given land to build a solar-powered land-based coral farm to grow 1 hectare of coral reef. And with our local partners who have planted 2 million mangroves in Haiti, we've been given 1,000 hectares of land to grow 10 million mangroves in the Dominican Republic, which will sequester 3 million tons of carbon over their lifetime while supporting communities, filtering water, and creating natural habitats. Atabe brought people together. She became a symbol for this collective movement. She struck a chord in the community. She's a symbol of their ancestry and a vision for the future. Art is one of our oldest forms of human expression. We record our lives through art. We define our human experience by the cultures we create, and culture is guided by art. Da Vinci said, "Art is the queen of all sciences, communicating knowledge to all the generations of the world." Art can raise awareness about climate, and it can also invite people into the climate space, making it inspiring, inclusive, and participatory. Art can change people, and people change the world. We aim to bring our project to the 50 reef sites in hopes to build the cultural monuments of our time and accelerate social and ecological regeneration. I'd love to just invite 2 last breaths together today. So let's inhale and exhale. Let's do 1 more inhale and exhale. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mic check, 1, 2. Can you hear me? Give it up for Angeline one more time. That's my sister. So this is the part where the art starts. This is the part where we try to take your confusion and turn it into some Confucius. So from Nikki and Francoise and Oliver on the visuals, let's give you myself, Akil, Apollo Davis, and hybrid movement. You ready? In the beginning, it seems there was a single source, a seed. And with a big bang it bloomed, sprouted roots, branched out and grew. Sparks to stars, gas to galaxies, perpetuated to planets, giving birth to Mother Earth and its majesty. Then amidst its early oceans, creating atmospheres, ice ages, swirling skies, volcanic rages, tectonic quaking, complex life was baking. For billions of years, it brewed and eventually blossomed. You. So check this perspective. From the first human being, from every birth of every son and every daughter, to all of us now, there is one unbroken chain of water. From the seeds, we start to see that we are not apart. We are inextricably unified, you and I. So let me remind you that it took you 13.7 billion years to get here. And you are right on time. You are right on time. We have been given so much with this planet. What a fantastic galactic tapestry of art our planetary arc is. And after witnessing the power of our impact, we changed our mindset. We devised the tech. We gathered the data, now we're trading the chatter. And as it turns out, what we are doing matters. And to some of us, it's still absurd, right? Yo, but man, I get it. It hurts when the nerds are right. Now we, like that first cosmic seed, have begun cooking our contemplations, colliding conversations, congregating, and now combining VERGE with artists on a mission, Angie with Global Coralition. We are correlating and concocting the fruition of a more harmonious vision. Our decisions will resonate through time. How will they tell our story in the future lives? The actions we take, growing from our mistakes, siding with syncopation of the planet's palpitations as her children's wow. Let's leave a good story, because we are the soon-to-be ancestors right now. We are in a race, and we are working on the future's baton, and we must ensure it has substance and sustenance when we pass it on. Healthy water, food, and air. We're creating a culture that cares, and so when you get in your head and you feel heavy sometimes, let me offer a share. Take it one step at a time, because we together are all walking there. We have all come here because we care what happens to us. Comrades congregate, activate to change the chapter of us. Follow those contacts. And let's make the fire from our forests and our skies the fire in our feet, in our hearts, and in our eyes, right? So now, if you are ready, we are alchemizing technology so that you can rock it steady, so that we can water the garden and stoke your fire. This is a little dose for you to be inspired. So let's make a lotus of our future that they can admire. Aho. Ladies and gentlemen, Nikki and Francoise of Hybrid Movement, Oliver Allo on the visuals. My name is Akil Apollo Davis. It is a pleasure and an honor to be here with you. Let's get it. Thank you.